Gina Kaloura.
Well, we started now, so there you go. This is a new one. We've got two for the price of one. It is episode 6, but it's two people. It's Georgie and Josh Sutcliffe from Kaloura's Kitchen in Weybridge and further afield. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello. Hi.
Wow.
Thanks for having us on.
Well, it's fine. It's nice to have you here because you won't be making noise in the background when I do other ones.
Yeah, I think the last 3 I've just been in the background trying to get on
Making
as
noise.
quietly as possible.
That's fine. I normally start with how I know you people. Georgie was reminding me earlier. You came down to Cornwall when?
1999.
Why?
To work for Rick Stein.
Okay, and why did you stay?
Because my parents moved to the south of France and I didn't have a home anymore to go back to.
Oh.
And because I loved Cornwall.
That's fair enough. And young Josh.
I moved down in 2017.
Right, newbie.
To work at the basement many years ago. It's now Broad Street Burgers. I just sort of applied for a couple of jobs. Basement was the first one that got back to me, and I just
Why did you pick Cornwall, or did you just?
It was literally the first job that got back to me out of like 20 I applied for. So I was just like, going to Cornwall,
Right.
and haven't left. So yeah.
Nice. Well, I first met Georgie when I think someone said, when I was running Margot's, someone said, "Oh, Georgie would be good here."
That was Joe Raymond.
Was it Joe?
Yeah.
You got that. See, I love doing these interviews because then I remember stuff, or I learn what my memories should be. So you started with me in 2003.
Yes.
Front of house.
Yeah.
Generally, everywhere. But I didn't meet Josh until.
After lockdown, during lockdown.
No, wedding. We did. You helped out at a wedding.
Oh,
at
I
Port Phillip.
was helping set up a restaurant in Honiton, which went terribly. And came back and helped.
Were you married then?
Yeah.
Joe.
No, we were 3 years married.
Really?
2022.
You'd have met Josh.
We briefly in passing, but it was the first time we sort of like bonded.
I was
Bond.
supposed to. Did that happen?
Well, I do remember you come. That's my first memory of you is you
Yeah.
helping out at a wedding because Georgie helped out, and I'll bring Josh because we were short.
No, I was supposed to do it, and I hurt my hand.
Okay.
Don't know what I did. I can't remember what it was, but I had to drive my old little Mazda. It's like, can you change gear, please? Bring him back from Honiton.
I was literally.
And then you filled in for me,
Oh, right.
and I was like, "This is Josh. I can't do anything."
I got off the train after doing like 5 days of like 14-hour days and straight into oysters. It was
Yeah, I do
fantastic.
remember that's the first job I gave you. Was like, can you
150 oysters or
something like that? Yeah, it was in the hundreds.
Great. Yeah.
That's
And,
why I couldn't help because I couldn't
you
even
can
hold
shut.
an oyster.
Yeah.
And do a tempura butter. I was really impressed from the get-go that someone just doesn't flinch and just bangs out, chucks all those oysters in about 5 minutes, and it was like, oh, it's good lad. But yeah, anyway, so that's you arriving in Cornwall. You're on a desert island. We'll get the questions out of the way and we'll talk about other stuff if you want to.
Yeah, fine.
Ladies first, because I'm an old-fashioned guy. You get to pick your island.
Yeah.
Where in the world would you like your island to be? Georgie.
So the problem is, I'm a bit of a split here. My heart is in 2 places. It's in Thailand. I adore Thailand. I've been there so many times. I've worked there.
How many
It's
times?
just 15.
15 times.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, I didn't actually know it was 15 times.
Never heard the story. Is it in Thailand? And yes, so my heart is there hugely, but also my middle name is Kaloura, which is why it's Kaloura's Kitchen. My other heart, so I'm like Doctor Who. I've got 2 hearts.
Yeah.
My other heart is in Greece, so
Right.
somewhere in Greece. And
So-
I can't decide. That's why I've never had a tattoo. I can't.
Well, I'm making you make a decision.
Well, I can't.
Well, that's going to be awkward, isn't it? Okay. Well, you're going to have to pick one.
Yeah, pick one.
It's only theoretical. No one's going to put a gun to your head and say you're emigrating
We
tomorrow.
don't just deport you to that place. Like,
No,
after
please
the
do.
podcast.
Or if it's like today, you'd rather go today.
Yeah.
Go, you 2 plane tickets. One's to Thailand. One's to Greece.
Thailand.
You go to Thailand. Lovely.
It's warmer.
It's warm. Right. Josh, where would you like to be in the world?
Greece.
Greece.
And that's not because Georgie didn't say Greece. It's yeah, I also grew up there. Like, grew up on holiday, going on holiday. There is a bit of Greek on my side as well.
Yeah.
So
It is our shared love.
Yeah.
But I'm just buggering off to Thailand
Yeah,
for a
that's
while.
fine.
Sorry.
So I'd take a small island in the Med, just off the coast of Greece. Would be
Lovely.
perfect.
Excellent. Right, let's start with knife.
Yes.
We might give you a chef's knife, but you can pick another one to go to cook with or to stab people, whatever you want to do. We'll go to Georgie first. What knife?
So my everyday knife is a Verstov, can't say it properly,
Santuku.
Verstov Santuku. They're quite little.
Yeah.
I've got very small hands.
You've
and
got to
I'm
move in a
just-
bit, George.
Sorry.
That's it. That's all right.
but also really basic serrated Victorinox little, apparently tomato knife.
Yeah.
You can do anything with it, like a Greek old nonna would, just does everything with one little knife. You can do anything with it.
Okay.
That's your pick.
Yeah.
Like universal does everything kind of thing.
Yeah.
In your little hands.
In my little hands. Yes.
Josh, with your big manly hands. I'd like machete, please.
I actually brought it along. It's my little, I don't know how you say it. Can you read that? Nontron?
Jesus. Nontron.
Yeah. So
Nontron something.
it's an old French make. And,
Bring it up to the camera. Then we might get. There you go. That's
and
cool.
my very dear friend Connor Shapiro bought me and our other friend Tom one of these, sort of as a symbol of our undying love and friendship. So whenever I use this, I'm with them.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's just perfect for anything small.
It's lethal.
It is lethal.
We'll
But,
stop playing with it because someone's going to get stabbed. Nice. That's we're rattling through these. We've got the island. We've got the knife. Let's go with crop, vegetable, plant, something that's growing. We can go Josh first because as always it's going to be
Crop. Okay. I think it'd have to be some form of wheat.
okay.
Purely for, or maybe corn, just something that can be milled, but
Yeah.
it has multi-uses, thatching, all that sort of good stuff.
Stealing my answer.
Well, right, sorry. But yeah, I think if it was just one vegetable, it would just get a bit much. So something that's a bit more versatile. Like you could say onion, but like you can't build things with onions. You could try, I suppose. But so yeah, some form of
Some sort of wheat
yeah,
to make flour to
Bread.
build with
yeah.
to make things, make a hat.
Make a hat. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Georgie, what are you growing? Green-fingered goddess that you are.
Well, you know me, I grow absolutely anything. One thing I can't grow here is coconuts,
Okay.
which I would love to be able to grow. You can have water, juice, cream, milk, thatching, fuel. You can burn it. Like coconuts are magical, I think. So, that ties in slightly with my
Ties in.
Thai bit.
Yeah. You can keep your Greek coconuts. They're very Thai coconuts. Awesome.
Oh my god.
Okay, we'll carry on with the food elements. Something that's fishing, and no, something that's swimming that you can catch. Seafood, anything. Go you first.
I'll eat anything that comes out of the sea. Literally anything. I like the weirder the better, whether it's been Thailand, Greece, when I lived in Croatia. I'd like to eat the thing I didn't recognise.
Right.
So just, I am part mermaid. Like,
So you're not gonna, you kind of have to pick something that you can catch that you would want day one. I know you're going to be a difficult one to pin down. So
with every question.
yeah, so we'll kind of rephrase it as what's the first thing you want to catch?
Barbuni, red mullet.
Red mullet. Okay. See, that's the easy way of getting around it.
Or octopus.
Oh, yeah, I was
No,
gonna say.
no. Sure, we're going to have to take the first answer
Yeah.
of red mullet.
I think.
Josh?
I think. Yeah. Georgie said the two fish I would probably go for as well. Maybe a non-sentient octopus would be like a more.
Non-sentient.
Yeah,
Why?
because they're so smart and
We're not supposed to
alive.
eat them
We're not supposed to eat
anymore.
Are we
them.
not?
No,
No.
But I get the memo.
they are delicious,
No.
but they are like they feel everything, and same with like lobsters and crab. But
Lamb, cow.
yeah, true. But yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? So yeah, wild breams always a
Wild
lovely one.
bream.
I can't have red mullet, so wild bring. There
You
go.
can.
Wild
have
bring
whatever
is
you
fine.
like, there's
Wild
no-
bring is fine.
Wild green,
Yeah.
red mullet, with cracking on. What's the next question you want to answer? Not that I've forgotten them. Cookbook.
Animal.
Animal. Well, let's get all the food products out of the way. An animal that's roaming that you don't actually have to catch and kill it. It might be for company, it might be for other reasons, but
I want a Labrador.
a Labrador,
You can teach a Labrador to catch lobsters.
can you?
Yeah, not
You
so-
can?
I
Yeah.
can. I
You
will.
can.
I can do anything, Adrian.
You've got long enough there.
Well, exactly. I'm bored, and Labradors will do anything.
Oh, right,
They're
so-
just the best dog in the world. But yeah, they dive down. You can see videos, and you can see on this internet, and they go down and they catch lobsters and they bring them back up. Not those ones, the spiny ones that don't have,
So you've got company and
Yeah.
something that's doing some work for you.
exactly.
A working dog.
A working dog.
Brilliant answer. I like that. Beat that, Josh.
My original answer was going to be a bear, but I sort
You
of
can't justify it.
I can't
There's
justify
no
it.
logic to it.
No, it would just be a companion. I I love bears, and it's just like
It could catch fish for you.
you could catch fish. But I think
Yeah,
if we're
try
going,
taking it off it.
I think if we're going for a more sort of well thought out one, it would be sheep.
Sheep.
So you have access to lamb, hogget. Well, obviously we won't do lamb, but hogget and mutton, and then we've got the wool, we've got the milk, which you can turn into cheese, you make feta.
Oh.
Yeah, see?
Oh.
That's a really good answer, yeah.
And if you get bored,
Yeah.
you can just ride them around the island.
Ride them around the island.
You might
Yeah.
regret that answer.
Yeah, it's very
That's a good answer.
Welshman's behind the camera, so it's fine.
Just everyday racism. What else have we got? A cookbook. Let's go straight to cookbook.
I brought another prop.
Go.
It's Sean Brock's Heritage
There you go.
camera. I fell in love with Sean Brock when I saw him on Mind of a Chef, and he just has this philosophy about preserving vegetables and how vegetables are the most important part of cooking and everyone's culture. They're always like, I think especially he champions sort of southern cuisine, so like it's a lot of like just trying to preserve what is going on. I think in this country we don't have that love for vegetables as much. So it sparked something in me, and yeah, it's always a great to read through and rewatch him on TV. It's just very inspiring when he talks about his passion for different varietals of vegetables. It really gets you going, and I'm very jealous of his preservation cupboard.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's got individual like light up
It's
racks.
backlit.
Yeah.
I mean, Josh's fermentation station is lovely, but this is like a whole room, and it just the backlit, so everything glows and everything's in a matching jar. And
Yeah.
it's your Aladdin's cave.
Yeah, it's
isn't it?
pristine. And he's just
Nice.
no Michelin stars or anything, just
He's fabulous.
honest cooking, and yeah, I'm a little bit in love. So
Cool. Georgie, do you have a favourite cookbook?
David Thompson, Thai Street Food.
Okay.
So
never heard of it, but carry on.
he's Australian originally, but has been in Thailand for an incredibly long time. I mean, now he's got places in London and he does have a star. But he's just fanatical about Thai food and so knowledgeable. And I should have brought the prop, but I was getting our son ready for nursery.
And Harry.
And Harry, yeah. And basically, the original book's about this big, but I've got, why didn't I bring it? A bumper version, and it's massive.
Yeah.
And it's when I cooked for the British ambassador of Thailand, it was the only time he'd had Thai food in England,
Okay.
which was quite a big thing. He rang me up, obviously didn't know who it was, I answered the phone, I was really hungover, So I was just really quite cocky because that's what I do when I'm hungover. I don't really think very much. And he was like, "So I hear you're very good at Thai food." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm shit hot." And then he was like, "Oh, well, that's marvellous. I'm the British ambassador for Thailand." And I was like, "Oh, cool." Sobered up quite quickly. And basically I did catered his 60th birthday.
Oh, cool.
And as a gift, he got me this amazing edition
Oh,
of this
lovely.
book, which he has signed, and so is David Thompson, in Thai.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm really sorry I didn't bring it. We'll just add a slide at a later point.
yeah. Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
My ass.
And
That's lovely.
and
I
it's
didn't know
just-
about these cooking for ambassadors.
Yeah,
I mean, he did the Thai street food thing for a while,
Yeah.
festivals and popping up here and there. But you kind of don't really do the Thai anymore.
No.
You do other things.
We do more towards Greek.
I guess.
With my other love.
Right. What are the things we got to talk about? You've got a list. I haven't got a list. I'm not prepared today.
Book, location, knife, animal, food, crop, sea, spice. dry
Spice. That's the
store.
last foodie question.
Yeah.
So a dry good or anything that you'd like in your back pocket that would add
Chili.
Chili.
Oregano.
Dry chilies, fresh chilies. No, you can have a
We
dry
can
chili
have. Yeah.
because it's a dry good.
It's a dried chili then.
Dry chili.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it in anything.
Oregano.
Oregano.
Yeah.
But
Lamb,
that's underused,
offensive.
isn't it, really?
Oh,
I
it's
Not with us, it's
not,
North Asian
no.
baby.
I know, but generally out there in the world.
Yeah.
Well, it's used a lot in Mexican, Spanish, Greek, more in Greek I think than Spanish.
In Italy, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
A little scattering. I think more where they use like Holland, Greek. There's places in Italy that have Greek influence because of the closeness to geography. Geography's not my strong point.
There's a lot of this going
It's
on.
all like.
But
yeah,
the
it's-
Adriatic on the right hand side of it.
yeah.
You used to be out there on boats, didn't you?
I did. I lived in Dubrovnik for 4 years. I lived on a yacht based in Dubrovnik.
I remember you ringing me up.
Did I?
Yeah.
What did I need?
I got a recipe. I can't remember what it was for, and I didn't know what we were up
It was
to.
your shortbread, probably. I
I
think
think it was.
Yeah, Mr.
Right.
Lee, the owner of
Random
the yacht,
phone call while I was
loved your-
working.
yeah.
Where's Georgie? And it sounded like a bloody bedlam. And I had no idea that you'd gone up on boats.
Yeah.
We love track with each other, because you do. And I'm on the boat, and crack bang wallop. I need a recipe for, I think, yeah, for shortbread, you might be right.
Shortbread, yeah.
Very random. And it's the easiest one in the world to remember. It's 246.
I know.
But you can't remember that in a storm or whatever was happening.
Yeah.
I think it might be your early days on boat. So
Oh, so that was when
Yeah.
I was more Foy and Torquay based, maybe.
no, I think you were abroad.
I was abroad. Yeah, so yeah, I was based in Dubrovnik for 4 years, and the owner had a villa there. So we were either like out for the day, or he'd be like, "Let's go to Bari for lunch." So that's straight across the Adriatic to Italy. Or it was, "Let's go to the Greek islands for..."
Barry.
Yes, not Barry Island, not in Wales, Bari, and or we go to Greece for like 2 months, and or so Montenegro, and yeah, so that was rather wonderful.
Interesting path that leads you back to Cornwall.
I decided that I was at the point in my life where I wanted to grow up, get married.
No way.
Yeah, I know. I
We
turned
were all
30.
waiting for it.
I know. Still didn't happen for a long time.
Still waiting. Still waiting.
Didn't want to marry anyone that was on the boat, and that's a very small pond when you're living on a boat. So came home, kissed a few more frogs, and then met this lovely
This.
chap.
This
Yeah,
toad.
this amazing man here.
Lovely.
And yes, yeah, that was 14 years ago, 13 years ago. Took a while.
Well, we've been married 6 this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know.
Flying along.
2019 we got married, and then lockdown happened.
Yeah, that was
Snuck it
fun.
in early. Married in Greece?
Married in Corfu.
Corfu town on a Thursday, because you have to get married on a Thursday.
Yeah.
It's just how they do it. And it's like, cool.
You can finish off the list by picking a spice, dry good.
Oregano.
Oh, we did that.
Yeah, we've done that.
It's just been.
That's how we got
random.
onto like
Oh yeah,
talking about
forgot about that.
That's
Sorry. It won't come out in the edit because I don't edit. I think that's all the proper questions.
Okay.
So now you get to talk about what you do now, why, where, when, and anything really. Plans for 2025 is a bit we're halfway through, so I'd always say that and then go, It's not January, so what's the plan? What do you want to do? What are you doing?
Well, I've been private chefing since I came back from the boats. So basically, I was earning shed loads of money on boats in the sunshine. For some reason, I came home. Didn't want to go and cook in somebody else's restaurant, earning crap money. So I went round all the big letting agents of the glorious houses with canapes and went, hello, this is me. And they've recommended me ever since. Then we met, we got together.
I was working at the basement.
Yes, you worked in the basement.
And then I got the wonderful opportunity to go work with Chris Eden down at Drefford Hotel when he was still down there. And that was, I think it was the steepest learning curve with the most amount of fun and terror at the same time. Just sort of, Chris is, I love him to this day, and we still talk, and it's all hunky-dory. But like he will have your back, but if you cross him or something doesn't go out wrong, then you know about it. And he used to say this thing like, I just want to serve nice food. And you're there like crying into like a bowl of risotto that's not working properly, and it's just like, this is better than nice food. This is like amazing. This is the best food I've ever eaten in my life, and just want to send out nice food. It's just a memory that will stay with me.
So was that the best kitchen you worked in up to then, or
up to that point, yeah.
Highest level of cooking?
And then, like 2 months into Driftwood, he was like, "We're all off to Gidley because I've taken the job at Gidley Park." I was like, "All right, cool." So went to Gidley, and that was another step up because it was bigger kitchen, bigger, lunches, and it was just crazy. And it was amazing and wonderful. And then lockdown happened.
Yeah, so in the meantime, just before lockdown happened, so we got married, and then just got home on like the sort of penultimate flight from our honeymoon.
Yeah.
And I had taken a job in a private house because my daddy was poorly, and this was in Wiltshire, and so I was a private chef to an amazing house, but it was their holiday home. So they lived in London, so they were going to come down, go shooting, whatever. Maybe 2 weekends a month.
Yeah.
Lockdown happened. They moved in
with friends.
With their friends. So suddenly it was 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. Josh got furloughed, so you moved in, and so suddenly we're living in a cottage in Wiltshire, which was quite random and very hard work. Then I found out I was pregnant. Then they fired me. They were arseholes. Sorry.
You've sworn more than I have.
I know. So that was interesting. And we came back to Cornwall just before the final lockdown lifted. So we hadn't turned down any work at all because of this job.
Before the first lockdown, we came back, and that's when we joined up.
At some point we came back. But we hadn't turned down any Kaloura's Kitchen work. I hadn't, because of this job, because of all these lockdowns. Yeah. So no one knew. So all the regulars were like, lockdown's lifted, we're coming down.
Oh, good timing then.
Yeah.
And so we literally came back, loaded up the van, swearing a lot, crying a lot, pregnant, and just hit the ground running. And so we were doing like a gig each a day. We employed another chef. We were doing...
We did all sorts.
It was the heaviest.
It was disgustingly too like there's busy and there's a healthy busy, and then there's this is going to like be too much.
Yeah.
But we got through it, didn't we?
We did that, and then you did a few other stints in a few places.
Yeah. And then
we won't necessarily go into. And then
the last lockdown happened. We had Harry. And then lockdown lifted 6 weeks. He was 6 weeks old when lockdown lifted. 5 weeks old, sorry.
I went back to work when he was 5 weeks old.
And there's that infamous phone call with Matthew Stevens, which I don't think we'll go into now. But and then we've just been sort of doing this together ever since.
Doing this together, and then 2 years ago, talked to
me
about possibly getting somewhere to have as a prep kitchen.
Yeah, we both needed to expand or get proper kitchens, or just level up a bit at the same time. Just jumped up a cliff and work out the landing later, as Hank often says.
Which we did.
Yeah,
and then we built the kitchen. I think the only things we didn't do was electric and water.
And extraction installation.
Yeah, which
you need to be qualified to do.
Yeah.
We did all the unqualified work.
And nothing's fallen down yet.
No,
no.
it's all good. It's steadily improving, which is
Yeah.
it was such a blank canvas,
Yeah.
and it's steadily improving. So we're sat at the table where we both host dinners, we sell communal dining tickets. We're very different. I think we just want to serve good food.
Yeah. It's always that's what it comes back to, isn't it?
I don't know how to describe. You describe your cooking, then I won't get it wrong.
Oh, this is the bit I can't do very well.
Sell yourself. Come on.
Don't tell yourself that.
We're
Not at
poor.
these prices.
We're poor.
So, yeah, I suppose what we are aiming for more of a fine dining element of food. We don't really take ourselves too seriously in the sense of like it's not Michelin and everything is consistently like like when I say that in terms of consistency, like vegetables all have to be the same size, and like.
Yeah, that's a bullshit.
We're not anal.
Consistent.
But we do.
Chef, I know.
But no, we're not
Well,
measuring.
I just chip in with my.
We're not
cottage.
measuring asparagus spears to 11 centimetres, is what I'm saying. Like, if it's.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, but you are so meticulous about what you do.
Yeah. Oh,
that's what other people say.
Okay.
You're not going to say I'm meticulous.
No.
No.
Other people, qualified people like me and Georgie, will say you're meticulous.
and
Yeah.
sort
So
of,
we'll tell you what you are.
and sort of taking on inspiration from, well, especially from what I've learned and from my experiences with going back to like Sean Brock, is using what you've got around you to make the best possible thing you can. And we sort of try to just stay humble in the ingredients we use, and why that means we're not buying like caviar and truffles and turbot and fillet of beef. I mean, we may use those things for certain things, if we're, like, especially in private dining, if a client wants like turbot or fillet.
Well, your beef Wellington last night,
Yeah.
the picture, I wanted to tag Callum, what's his name?
Yeah.
Because he's the king of
He is.
Wellingtons, and yours looked.
Thank you. That's very kind
it
of
was
you.
But there was, you see the meticulous, there was kind of one leaf
Yeah.
in the lattice, which was slightly off, and I'm thinking,